What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Friday, October 4th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DAILYDOG, that's DAILYDOG, at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Definitely worth your time if you're new to Underdog, because $1,000 is a lot of money. That's if you deposit $2,000 on the app. It's a 50% deposit match bonus. If you put 100, you get 50 back. You put 25, you get 1250 back. You know, you don't have to max it out. That's for sure. Whatever you're comfortable with, it is worth doing because you get 50% more chances to make money, and there's no real scheme here. You know, it's just one-time rollover. Roll it over once, and you get your money back. All right. Now let's get into the show. We have 5 slips today. Big day. We got a college football Friday slip. We got Saturday baseball, Saturday college football, Saturday UFC, and then Sunday NFL. Sunday NFL came home last week. Let's do it again 2 weeks in a row. All right, college football Friday, a.k.a. today. We're going to go with Aiden Childs, higher than half of an interception. He's the Michigan State quarterback on the road at Oregon. He is a turnover machine. He doesn't protect the ball very well. I know that there's going to be a lot of pressure on this Michigan offense to score. They're underpowered in that regard. I mean, it's Oregon's offense. They have Dylan Gabriel, Heisman contender. So they're going to be putting up points, and Michigan's going to be playing catch up, or Michigan State's going to be playing catch up, and that means Aiden Childs is going to be probably putting the ball in harm's way. Oregon, he's going to get a pick here, so Aiden Childs higher than half an interception. Next, we're going to go to Malik Williams, higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. He's the new UNLV quarterback. Obviously made headlines last week after the whole Sluka drama happened when the the starting QB for UNLV demanded $100K, and then he transferred, and then Malik Williams became the starter. He dominated last week against Fresno State. He threw the ball well. He rushed well. I think he's going to get one in on the ground against Syracuse. But let's get back on the other side. I think Trebor Pena, the wide receiver for Syracuse, is a stud. He's going to have higher than 65.5 receiving yards. He might do that in one play. He's a big play threat. He's a speed demon. I know that for the most part, big plays have been limited by this UNLV team throughout the year. But Pena he's a special dude, at least from a speed perspective. So I'm really confident that he can get something done here for Syracuse through the air. So higher than 65.5 receiving yards. So these 3 plays are a 4.38x multiplier. So 4.38x times your money comes back if it hits. Again, that's Aiden Childs to throw a pick. Malik Williams higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown, and Trebor Pena higher than 65.5 receiving yards. All right, now let's get to Saturday baseball. Let's try to get this one in quick. Tanner Beebe, starting pitcher of the Guardians, lower than 3.5 hits allowed. 1, it's playoffs. Pitchers aren't in very long. 2, pitchers don't allow very many hits in the playoffs. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the first round we've seen so far. And Tanner Beebe is a stud. I think the Lions' luck runs out this round, unfortunately. I mean, the Tigers, not the Lions, the Tigers' luck runs out this round. So give me Beebe to shut them down, lower than 3.5 hits allowed. Next, we're going to go to Bobby Witt Jr., higher than 1.5 total bases. At the Yankees, Garrett Cole, all that good stuff. Witt is a special player. He's been delivering for this team all season and all postseason. I think that he's going to do something big in New York here. So Bobby Witt higher than 1.5 total bases. Last one, Shohei Ohtani higher than half of a run. So I don't know if they're going to pitch to Shohei. I don't know if Dylan Cease and the Padres are really going to pitch to him. I don't know if they're going to walk him, but he's such a good base stealer now. If he gets a single, if he gets a walk, he gets on first base, he's going to be in scoring position soon. And we still have, Shohei Ohtani, or you still have Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Tommy Edman, all these guys batting behind Shohei. So Shohei gets on base, there's going to be runs scored. Even if the Dodgers score 1 run in this game, there's a high likelihood that 1 run is coming from Shohei Ohtani. So these 3 plays together, Tanner Beebe lower than 3.5 hits allowed, Bobby Witt Jr. higher than 1.5 total bases, and Shohei Ohtani higher than 0.5 runs scored on Saturday's baseball slate is a 6.29x multiplier. All right, that's 2 slips down. We got 3 more to go. Let's go to Saturday college football. Eli Holstein, higher than 2.5 passing touchdowns. That's the Pitt quarterback. They're traveling to UNC. I don't know if you've been paying attention to UNC lately. UNC's defense is terrible. 2 weeks ago, they allowed 70 points to James Madison University. Then after that, they went on the road, played Duke. They were up 20-0 late into that game. They ended up losing 21-20. Defense let them down big time there. So give me Eli Holstein higher than 2.5 passing touchdowns. Again, he is the quarterback for the Pitt Panthers on the road at UNC and facing UNC's terrible defense. Next one, Cade Klubnik, quarterback of Clemson higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown against Florida State. This is just mispriced, flat out. He's had a rushing touchdown in 3 straight games. He's had 4 total rushing touchdowns in the last 3 games. I think what's underrated about him is he has long speed. He's not scoring QB sneaks from inside the 1-yard line. He is scoring long runs. He is faster than you expect. And this Florida State defense is quitter. They're quit. They're done. They're everything. So there's going to be a good shot for Klubnik to break out of the pocket and get one into the end zone here. I love him on this slip. It just feels really mispriced. It's a big multiplier. All right, last one. This is a night shot, night game. Jaden Ott, running back for Cal, higher than 71.5 rushing yards. Miami's played 2 competent teams, 2 competent running backs. One was Florida, an SEC team. The other one was Virginia Tech last week. Both starting running backs for both those teams have had over 100 yards. Obviously, Miami was able to shut down, USF's running game, but they don't really have a running game. And they were, able to shut down like whoever else they played. It was like Florida A&M or something. But Jaden Ott is a stud running back. You don't know his name yet, but you will soon. He went over this number against Florida State in the last game for Cal. So give me Jaden Ott higher than 71.5 rush yards. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bishal Tootin of Virginia Tech is still breaking free. I mean, he had a 70-yard run in that game with a broken leg. I don't know if you watched that game last Friday, but it was something. So this 3-leg college football slip, Eli Holstein higher than 2.5 passing touchdowns, Cade Klubnik higher than half a rushing and receiving touchdown, and Jaden Ott higher than 71.5 rushing yards is 8.05x multiplier. All right, now let's get into some of the real fun stuff. Let's get into UFC. UFC 307 in Salt Lake City. You know what? Salt Lake City is going to be altitude. That means there's going to be a lot of. That means that cardio could be a problem for certain fighters. There's no heavyweights on this card, so the UFC learned not to put heavyweights at altitude. That said, the main event is light heavyweights, Alex Pereira versus Khalil Roundtree. I'm taking the chalkiest thing possible. Alex Pereira higher than half of a knockout in this matchup. Khalil Roundtree is an awesome guy. He's just nowhere near the level of Alex Pereira. I was at Alex Pereira's fight against Jamal Hill in UFC 300. The dude's got an aura. The dude's left hand is insane. His left hook is just, it's you don't even want to think about it. It's just deadly, devastating, deadly punch. So give me Alex Pereira higher than half a knockout. It is reduced juice. This is obviously very chalky, but again, it's worth it. This guy is that good. Next one, Kayla Harrison, who is a newish comer. She's got 1 fight in the UFC so far. She came over from PFL. She was a champion in there. She's out for blood, and she is a specimen. She is jacked. She's jacked more than most women, jacked more than most guys, even professional fighters. So I'm taking her higher than half a finish versus Ketlin Vieira. She's just built different. She has too much power. She can do it with striking on the ground. She can do it with striking standing, but she can also do it with submissions. She's got so many options. So give me Kayla Harrison higher than half of a finish here. Last one, Cesar Almeida, lower than 8.0 minutes for his fight time against Ihor Potieria. Both these guys are strikers, kickboxers, and Potieria's fight IQ is terrible. Cesar Almeida is an elite kickboxer. He actually fought Alex Pereira in the past. He beat Alex Pereira in the past. I think he went 1-2 against him when they were kickboxers, not MMA fighters. Give me the lower than 8 minutes here. Just too much good striking in this fight, and just Potieria's fight IQ is so low, and Cesar Almeida is still relatively new to the MMA game. So give me the lower here. These 3 UFC picks come together for a 3.78x multiplier. It's reduced because the Pereira knockout prop is so low, but again, we're trying to win here. I don't need to always have the longest slip on the block. All right, let's go to NFL Sunday. We hit this last Sunday. Let's make it 2 for 2. We're going to go Stephon Diggs to score a touchdown, 1.5x multiplier for the Texans against the Bills. Bills defense, overrated, not very good, and Von Miller's also out. I don't know if you saw that. He is a big part of this offense. Everyone keeps on thinking that, it's the Nico Collins show, and then every once in a while, maybe Stephon Diggs will get a look. Stephon Diggs is getting packages in the red zone. Stephon Diggs is getting targets up the wazoo. Stephon Diggs is a huge part of this. Oh, yeah, and it's a revenge game against his old team, the Buffalo Bills, who sent him off, and now they think everything's better now that they don't have a wide receiver 1, and Josh Allen just is out there freestyling. Give me that Stephon Diggs TD. Next, we're going to another wide receiver. We're going to go to Jordan Whittington, who has gone from 4th on the depth chart to 2 on the depth chart for the Rams. He had 62 yards last week at the Bears, which is obviously a very good defense. We got a kingmaker, a wide receiver kingmaker in my God, I can't remember his name. It's Matthew Stafford. Sorry, I'm super tired. It's early. Jordan Whittington higher than 47.5 receiving yards because Matt Stafford is a kingmaker. He gave him 462 receiving yards last week. He's going to go higher than 50 in this one, but the number's only 47.5. This is going to steam up by Sunday, so lock it in early. Last one, Geno Smith higher than 0.5 interceptions in this game against the Giants. Simply put, a lot of players just kind of look like crap after playing against the Lions. A lot of teams look like crap after playing the Lions. So give me Geno Smith higher than 0.5 interceptions. This is a 9x multiplier. All right, that was 5 slips. We're going to find a way to make some money. You heard the information. You've got the data. Now let's make some money.